how to create a Lumen IP VPN on-demand connection to Oracle FastConnect. We're going to reference this diagram from time to time as we create the necessary components for this connection. So if we look at this diagram, this is our Lumen MPLS network, our VRF, our Virtual Routing and Forwarding MPLS instance. We have a connection here to a customer premise location via an IP VPN port. There may be one or there may be many of these type connections connected to this virtual routing and forwarding instance that allows for all of these customer premise to be fully meshed. So there may be one, there may be 20, they can all communicate with each other. We're essentially going to add a connection to Oracle onto this VRF. And we're going to do that by utilizing this Lumen NNI. This network-to-network interface is established. It's a physical infrastructure that already exists between some provider edge and Oracle on-ramp location. Today we're going to do Ashburn, Virginia. So we're going to utilize this connection that already exists to establish this peering so that we can get a VRF to communicate with Oracle, and then all the customers' premise locations that are connected to the MPLS VRF will be able to communicate with OCI. So we're going to look at both the Oracle Cloud portal as well as the Lumen Control Center portal, and we're going to create a FastConnect, and then we're going to bring that over to Lumen, and we're going to use that FastConnect to establish this logical connection. Going to use Chrome to look at the Oracle side and Firefox to look at the Lumen portal. So within Oracle, we need a virtual cloud network, this VCN, and we need a dynamic routing gateway. When we have both of those things, we can create the FastConnect OCID, or Oracle Cloud Identifier. It's essentially a token. We'll then copy that token, we'll bring it into the Lumen portal and establish the connection. So let's start with Oracle. We'll assume you have access to both portals. We're going to start with virtual cloud networks within the networking tab of Oracle. Here from home, I've already pinned virtual cloud networks, the dynamic routing gateway, and the FastConnect that we're going to need, but you would find that in networking. Virtual cloud networks, so we're going to go first. I've pinned the other two. Okay, we're going to create a virtual cloud network. We'll call this one Striped Bass. Okay, we're going to put this in my root compartment. We need to assign an IP block. We're just going to use their example 10.0.0.0/16. Okay. We're going to take their DNS label that they've given us. I'm not going to do IPv6, although we could. And then we're going to create the virtual cloud network. You probably already have a virtual cloud network if you're attempting to do this, but I'm going to show you how to do it. That's it. Only takes a second. Next thing we're going to do, back to networking. Under customer connectivity now, this is where we'll find our digital routing gateway. Create the dynamic routing gateway, excuse me. Call this the Striped Bass ERG. And we're going to build it in that same compartment. We're going to create it. Again, only takes a second. So now we have the virtual cloud network and we have the dynamic routing gateway. We can create our FastConnect. Click on FastConnect. We have none, so we're going to create a FastConnect. This is going to be with a partner, Lumen, and we're going to make a single virtual connection. Next. Call this our striped FastConnect. Same compartment. Here we're going to search for our partner. All of these providers can provide this service. We're looking for Lumen, Cloud Connect, IP VPN. And this note actually tells us that because this is going to be a layer 3 connection, it will get redundant connections. So there's going to actually create 2 virtual circuits. This is going to be a private. Just going to route all our traffic. We're going to use our dynamic routing gateway that we created. We're going to select a bandwidth. The options are 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 10. We'll say we're going to create a 2 gig connection. We'll take the default MTU and click create. That's done. Close this. Here's our striped bass FastConnect, and we see that it's pending partner. BGP is down. We go into it. We see that same information. We see that it's a 2 gig. This is our OCID. Basically a very long string, but this is our virtual circuit OCID. So we're going to copy this. And now I'm going to go over to the Lumen Control Center portal in my Firefox browser. So I've already logged in. On the home page, I want to go to the services button, and I'm going to add a service. There are multiple services available to order in a self-service manner. Here today, we're looking for an IP VPN on-demand connection. So we're going to add that. I need to select my customer ID. I'm going to use this one. And it's going to look for virtual routing and forwarding instances, VRFs, that are associated with my account. We'll call this our striped FastConnect. Select a billing account. You can have multiple billing accounts within a customer ID. I'll just pick this one. And here we have multiple MPLS VRFs to choose from. I'm just going to take the lovely VRF. I'm going to create the connection to this VRF that has been named lovely. And we're going to connect to Oracle. And this is where I'm going to paste in my OCID. Checked the OCID to make sure it's valid. It is. So we've made a query out to Oracle, and we see that this is built on Ashburn. I'll hit continue. Because we built a 2 gig FastConnect, we have the option of any connection, any available connection bandwidth up to the 2 gig. We also have the option to choose a billing method. We can pay by the month. This is paying Lumen, or we can pay by the hour. If you had a short-term need, you only need this up to maybe move some data, you could pick a short term. But we'll go with monthly, our 2 gig. for 1378. Continue. We're using IPv4. This is our primary connection, since this is the first one we're going to make. Oracle's AS number by default for that environment is 31898. And then we have some routing options. Basically, we have to tell the Lumen VRF what IP space is in this VRF are we going to advertise up to Oracle. And the choices are advertise everything. So all of the private space in that MPLS network, everything except those that I specify, those routes that I specify, or advertise nothing except what I specify. If I were to choose either of these, I would have to define the aggregates that I want to either allow or not allow. But we'll just go with everything. I'm not going to advertise my default route. And I'm ready to go to the next step, where it summarizes what we've selected. So I'm in this customer account, this billing account. This is what I've named this. Going to Oracle in Ashburn. This is the VRF, the MPLS network that I'm going to connect to. I've chosen to take monthly billing for 2 gig, that number. I'll submit the order. We're going to get a provisioning progress bar. It'll go from the design stage to configuring, activating, and then it'll notify us when it's complete. It will also send an email to me that this is ready. So let's take maybe 5 minutes. And we're done. Service is established. You can see the details around it. Connected from this VRF to Oracle and Ashburn. Assigned at VLAN 1436. We've got 2 peerings. I mentioned this is a dual connection. So we've got 2 blocks. Lumen is AS 3549, and we saw that Oracle is 31898. If we switch back to the Oracle portal, we should see now that this is provisioned. BGP is up. And for our BGP tab, we can see the same information. And the other secondary peering, slot 57 and 58. And your connection is established. We can now advertise routes from OCI, from this virtual cloud network, through the FastConnect on-ramp and into this VRF. And anyone who is connected to this VRF should be able to see the routes to OCI. And that's how you do it.